You know, I yesterday when I meant to post a video yesterday about Ryzen, and I really wanted to, and it was gonna be a nice video, and I'm really upset about it. I'm really upset about Ryzen, and I'm really upset about everything Ryzen. Okay? So yesterday, AMD had their keynote to introduce Ryzen officially, and we've seen most of the benchmarks, leaks, and all this. We've seen price points, and in the back of my mind, there's always this little bit of me that said, oh, AMD won't actually do that, will they? Well, guess what? AMD did do that. In fact, they released everything basically exactly on point with everything we've seen. And I had said all along, I was gonna be the consumer that uses their brain. I'm gonna wait for Ryzen, and I'm gonna wait on, real world benchmarks from real reviewers when they're validated by third parties independently, and then I can make a conscious decision that it's intelligent for me to just go ahead and get Ryzen or to pass on Ryzen based on what I'm told from third party reviewers and my own research. And then AMD they want to disrupt the industry. They want to knock Intel off their little podium. And I'm just sitting here, I'm the consumer that has to have the best all the time. I have to have like a high-end graphics card, and I have to have 32 gigabytes of RAM. I have to have the best processor my budget can even possibly afford. And then AMD goes and drops this? How am I supposed to be a logical consumer when I'm sitting on a quad-core processor with Team Blue in my rig, and I'm supposed to sit on that and not order an 8-core part for that price? That's impossible. I'm an irrational human being. If I have money sitting aside, then I'm gonna spend it. That's just who I am with technology. And go figure that it's a month where I get paid 3 times, so I have this paycheck that's just staring at me where I don't have to actually spend any of it because all my bills are paid. So now, instead of being an intelligent adult and paying off, college debt or saving money for retirement, no, I'm gonna be spending money on a freaking processor. And the worst part is, I'm on DDR3 right now, which means I have to update to DDR4. And of course, G-Skill comes out with this Trident Z greatness that I can't pass up because it's RGB, and everything's RGB in my life right now, so I just have to have that. And of course then, since it's a brand new platform, I gotta buy a brand new motherboard, and before I know it, I'm $800 into this thing, and I can't wait even though my brain is telling me how stupid I'm being. But seriously guys, is that about how you feel about Ryzen? Because that is honestly how I feel. On one hand, I am so excited for next week because I'm gonna get my hands on a Ryzen 1700X.
And by the way, I was originally gonna get the 1800X, but my brain actually got through a little bit and was able to save me a little bit of money.
It's impossible as a PC enthusiast not to be excited about Ryzen and the incoming CPU market of much lower prices for much greater performance, but at the same time, my wallet is crying and begging for a break. As a PC enthusiast, it's extremely difficult not to be so excited about this new incoming CPU market where we're paying lower prices and getting much greater performance, but right now, I need it to stop for just a second because my wallet is just begging me for a break. Oh, what's that? 1080 Ti's coming out. Oh. If you guys are as excited about Ryzen as I am, as stoked to get your hands on your own Ryzen processor or see all the Ryzen news, give me a like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz down below. And by the way, I actually did pre-order Ryzen, so that's a real thing. You can also follow me on social media at Hoosier Hardware, Instagram, Twitter, those things. If you want to see more Ryzen coverage, then comment down below what types of things you would like to see. I am getting the 1700X, hopefully very shortly after launch date because it is an Amazon pre-order, so there may be a little delay there. But if there's specific things that you want me to test out with Ryzen, for example, overclocking is going to be one that I'm definitely going to look at, then comment those down below. Give me some ideas for things I can be doing with my Ryzen processor when it shows up, aside from the normal things like the CPU and motherboard overviews. I'm going to be looking at the Trident Z and how nicely it plays with ASUS's Aura Sync, because I did get an ASUS board for that reason. So, I'll let YouTube cue its card, and I will catch you guys in the next video.